Actually, it was the last patrol I ran. It was the last night of the patrol. We were going to get extracted the next morning, and we had gone pretty much the beginning of the patrol. We had found a lot of some bunkers, and caves and stuff. But then as it went on, we found less and less. We didn't have any more contact. So we got a little slack, and we did probably some things that contributed to our own being in a bad position. But what we would do at night, when we would set up, we would go and find a place where we were going to set up. And we would know that's going to be our harbor site is going to be right here. But we would do a thing and go and make believe we were in another one, stay there for a little while, and then just get up and leave, and then go to our final place. Then you sit and you listen, make sure nobody's following you. So we had set up, and we were on the edge of this tree line. Half the team was in the tree line, and part of the team was in the elephant grass. And all of a sudden, we had movement around us, and then they came with searchlights, and that was probably the scariest time of my life, probably still to this day, because they did online sweeps, and fortunately, they walked by right there, and they walked by right there.
What were you doing? Just sitting there?
Getting real small on the ground, and they even shined, the one time they shined a light right on myself and this other guy. And I don't know how they didn't see us. I mean, we were there. I mean, the light was on us. But, you're in the edge of the jungle too. Or maybe they didn't want to see us either, And so we called in because like a recon unit, you are just a couple of guys. So they give you a lot of protection. And they always knew where we were, and it was called a polar plot. They would set at night, they would set artillery pre-position around you. So if you had to call it in, they would start firing it from like 500 yards out, and then you would adjust it. So that was in place. You always had the ability to get airstrikes if you needed them. So we called in the artillery, but we had to call it in on top of us. And the first rounds took out the floodlight, the searchlights. I don't know if they got them or they just turned them off, but that ended then. But we had to bring it in on top of us, so it was like a lot of shrapnel flying over our heads. And I know they fired because I had the radio, and the next morning, we did get out of there without a scratch. They had fired over 200 rounds for us in the night. Because we had, at the beginning, it was just constant, and then we would do it like every 5 minutes and every 10 minutes, and, until finally, we knew that they knew that as soon as the sun came up, there'd be helicopters out there, or AO out there. And sure enough, there was, but by then they had withdrawn, and we were able to get out of there, so that was...
Do you think that they knew you were there?
Oh, yeah, they were looking for us.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's because we had gotten slack. We probably were noisy and stuff because we just knew that, there was nothing happening. It was like, you can't do that. And that was, so that was very, very scary time, because that was the only time, because you had a lot of time to think. You got all you don't want to fire your rifles, and you got hand grenades out there, you got your knife and all of this, and you're thinking that, this is it, I'm never going home, I'm never going to see my family again. Then it switched to, sometimes somebody survives, or, hey, we're all Marines, what the hell? Doesn't mean, you're not losing there. We didn't, so we got out of there. But, that was probably the scariest time.